wasted. But you know, I've talked about this stock for too long, man. We're trying to figure out. We're trying to find some plays that are going to turn $500 into 500K. That's what we're trying to do. So let's run up the likes. We only got 100 likes in here, which is crazy. Let's at least get to 2K likes. Double tap the screen. Put in the comments what tickers you guys want to look at. I see people talking about Amazon. I see people talking about MSTR. I see people talking about Unity. You know, we'll look at them. We'll look at them. We'll look at them. All right, we'll look at them. We will, we will look at them. No worries. No worries. BA, Microsoft, right? Yeah, y'all spamming it out. Let's get the 2K likes. We're gonna look at all the stocks. The reason I want to look at a bunch of stocks right now is because the market is putting in a bottom, in my opinion. You know, we can never, you know, and by bottom, I don't mean the stock market bottom today or the stock market bottom yesterday. I mean it's putting in a bottom. Now, could you get one more leg down? Sure. You know, could you go down a little bit more? Sure. I mean, you know, it's putting in a bottoming, like it's a bottoming, because we don't know when the bottom is. Could yesterday been the bottom? I don't know. Did I make money from buying calls yesterday? Absolutely. Did I make money today? Absolutely. So yeah, I do want to look at what's up. I do want to look at Amazon. Amazon 4-hour looks nice. Yeah. Amazon looks incredible. Amazon looks great. The only thing you want to make sure it starts doing is that it's closing above. What you're getting with Amazon is these lower highs. Like, you look at these, I mean, just look at it. It's just been falling off. It hasn't been putting in new highs. It's just been falling. You know, you get higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. What you want to make sure this does is start closing above right here, okay? You want to make sure you get some closes above this level right here, because then you'll start making, you know, possibly a new trend where you get a higher high now. You know? A higher high and higher lows. Right? So that's what you want to make sure is happening, and then obviously getting closes above, you know, 209. But the thing is, like, if you know Amazon, you know this is sitting at $198 and you're bullish and you realize this was just sitting at $240 pre-tariff news, and pre all that bearish news, you look, man, you should be looking for some long dated calls, because this is just a good entry, and then you can average into those calls as well. Let's say it comes back down and it goes to 186. I'm actually looking for it to come to 186. I'm not gonna lie, I think this could get to 186, but that's like super bear case. That's my super bear case. Ultimately, I would be averaging, if I wanted to mess with Amazon, I'd be getting into some June calls right now, and then if it does come down to 186, I would just buy some more. You understand? So, because you never know when the bottom is. All I know is I believe the market is bullish. I think the tariff news is going to get backtracked. I think it's going to come back. I mean, you already have a Trump and the president of Canada meeting soon. I saw it in the news. They're going to meet soon, and ultimately, I think they're going to come up with something that's going to backtrack the tariffs. In my opinion, you know, we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. Riot. A lot of people want to look at Riot. You know, let's look at Riot, man. How do you think the horseradish news is going to tank the market? It's already been taking the market. Another thing that you have to realize is the stuff that's been coming out. Like, okay, he's been saying there's tariff news for a while now. You know, every single time tariff news comes out, you see the market just take a big dump. I'm sure tariff news came out on February 27th. You see the big dump. News came out Monday or March 3rd. Tariff news came out, big dump. Tariff news came out, I think yesterday. I think it was yesterday in the morning. Tariff news came out again. He says he's gonna put an extra 25% on something. But guess what happened? The news effect, like, you can only reuse something so many times. You can only punch someone so many times before they start, slipping it. So what's happening is the tariff news isn't having that much effect over the market because it's just that we already know. Like it's just happening again and again. The first time it was crazy. That's why you saw a huge dump. Second time, less crazy but still crazy. Third time, crazy but lesser crazy. And the fourth time, it's like, all right, it's crazy, but like, come on, we already know. So that's what you guys got to pay attention to when the tariff news is coming out. Like it's having less of an effect, unless he comes out with some more news that's just even crazier. Then yeah, you can see a bigger dump. But right now, you literally have an all-time high of people getting into puts. Like I don't know if you guys have seen that data. I don't feel like pulling it up right now, but there's literally an all-time high of people getting into puts. So I mean, it's been dumb to buy, and that we talked about that Tuesday or Monday and Tuesday live, and look what happened. We're up 1% for the day, and the CPI was good. So you got to make sure you're paying attention to stuff like that, because come on now, the market's not gonna pay everybody. Not everybody. There's no way. It's at literally an all-time high in puts. There's never been a higher. There's never been more people getting into puts. He said you are reported to the SEC.gov. Man, report me, man. They don't care. What chat is that for? What site you using? Once Trump starts tweeting, it's over. But anyways, let's look at Riot. Okay, for Riot, what you're seeing is it's just sitting in consolidation. I mean, time in the market versus timing the market is the perfect saying for something for the majority of crypto miners. Time in the market versus timing the market is the perfect saying for crypto miners. So what you're saying is this is literally just consolidating. We've seen it at this level, back in last year in April, and then it boosted all the way to $12. We've seen it at this level back in October of 2023 to boost it. So it's just kind of staying in this level. We even seen it back in September, and then you had that rest of $16. So it's just consolidating. There's nothing really to look at. My price targets haven't changed. I still think this can get to $29 plus. And it's just something to just monitor right now. I would be holding strong. Is there better setups? Yeah. Shorts are better because they print sideways and down. They don't print sideways. Do you usually to longer or short calls? I do both. Both. Riot make calls. I actually kind of do like Riot make calls. I'm not gonna lie to you. And the reason being, we have a price target on Bitcoin to 125K. Bitcoin price targets haven't hit. A lot of people are turning bearish right now. A lot of people think, alt season isn't going to happen. Bitcoin is done. And that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see a sentiment change, because just like you've seen the sentiment change for the past 3 weeks on something like the Qs, the whole entire market, you've seen the sentiment change in the matter of a month. There's going to be a bigger sentiment change. Trump is the best. Trump is putting in all-time highs, in my opinion. We'll have to see. But all I know is, come on now. Anyways, put in the comments what other stocks you guys want to look at. We'll take a peek at them. I'm surprised nobody said Coinbase. We already looked at Amazon. Let's look at Unity. Hims. Them cons too expensive for coin. No, for real. They're definitely expensive. For Unity, what you want to see is this continuing to make higher highs and close above really where like $20.50. You want to see this continuing to make an up type trend, which it's been doing. And it's currently at the bottom. I like small caps. I think small caps are great. I think Unity still has a lot of potential, and honestly, it hasn't having a big fall considering what the market has been doing. But yeah, I mean, you look at the main thing I want to focus on is as long as this isn't putting in new all-time lows and continuing its trend from from almost a year. It's been, 8 months since it's been having higher lows and higher highs, which is very important in a trend shift, which this has been having. The trend hasn't changed. It's been having higher highs and higher lows for almost an entire year. So that's very important. And if you're looking at all this consolidation from what you've been having, usually you get some sort of big upside pop to the upside, okay? After this big consolidation that you've been having. And this has been holding actually very strong considering what the market has been doing. Okay? Considering what the market has been doing, this has been holding strong. So yes, I like Unity. Love it. Love it. This, like I said, this reminds me of Robinhood. Robinhood, where you had it IPO, like the stocks that were IPOing in 2021, and then had that massive dump. You want to see some huge consolidation. Me personally, I think Unity is possibly right here. Huge consolidation, and then you have that huge run up. Same thing with like something like PLTR. IPO'd in 2020, 2021, came down, literally accumulated for all this time, and then you had that massive run up. Same thing with SoFi. IPO'd in 2021, came down, accumulation. This is actually an amazing time to be buying some SoFi because I think you're going to get a huge rip. These charts are not changing. The only thing that is happening right now, and you look at the VIX. You look at the VIX, and the VIX being this high is very important as well because what usually happens, this rejects, okay? The VIX usually rejects up here, and this adds volatility to the market. So you saw a strong move to the downside. You're going to see a strong move to the upside as well. You're not getting consolidation like you were back here when the market was chopping up and down. You're now getting this extreme volatility, kind of like what you saw in August. Like if you look right here, this is August 2024. The volatility was spiking. It had a spike all the way up here, etc. If you go look back at the Qs, what it was doing August 5th, you see this. So the VIX being that high is very important, and you actually want that if you're bullish. So you had it literally at 424. It went all the way up to 485 in the span of 2 weeks. It made a $60 move in 2 weeks. Okay, now if this made a $60 move, it will put you back at around all-time highs. Because this went from 540 to 468, and some people are still sitting here trying to buy a bunch of puts before you at least get a retracement to the upside. Wait for the retracement to the upside. Even if you're bearish, like even if you want the market to be bearish right now, come on now. You at least need some sort of retracement to the upside. That's just obvious. Even when the market was correcting, like back here, back in 2020, 2021, like you got retracements to the upside. You had a big fall, and then you had a big retracement, big fall, big retracement, big fall, and then it finally bottomed out, okay? Now I think we're going to end up getting all-time highs and, continuing, but we'll see. Bro says, show viewers I'm not looking at Forex, man. Oh yeah, why do we have crypto people, man? Can we look at Tesla? Put in the comments what stocks you guys want to look at. We'll look at Tesla. First of all, if you didn't catch Tesla when we got into calls in the Discord, you need to reevaluate what you're doing. We got into AMD, SMC. We've been going crazy, okay? But for Tesla, I mean, you didn't catch the amazing entry at 218. Or you didn't even catch the amazing entry at 234 when it was literally consolidating up there. So now, you want to wait for this to start trading above 252, and hoping for some sort of pullback. It'll get to 264, it'll get to, okay, but, it's up. It's up 7%. Now, that doesn't mean it can't continue, but that just means, come on now, pick your spots. Pick your spots. You got to pick your spots, okay? I think, me personally, like, the bottom for me, for SPY, I mean, until we break below 550, I think 550 could have been the bottom. if we break below 550, it's coming to 539. But if you look at Tesla, could it have bottomed? I mean, you're getting a possibly. Who knows? Who knows? But I do know you probably want to wait for some sort of retracement if you're bullish. This just had an amazing 2 days in a row. So I'd be looking for quick scalps if I was bullish on it. Or you know, the smartest thing you could do is just look for some make calls, like some 300 make calls if you're bullish. Buy them tomorrow. As soon as the market opens, you don't care. And then if it comes down a little bit, you buy more. Okay, so you know, go ahead. If you have $1,000, put 500 at first. Then it comes down again, buy another 500. All right, could you check? 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 BRK, my dad gave me 2 shares, bought at 89K, looking for a mil to sell one. BRK. All right, bro, I ain't looking at this, man. Don't sell your dad shares, man. Hold your pop shares, man. He didn't hold them shares all the way for you to sell them. He didn't hold them shares for 2 decades for you to sell them as soon as you get them, bro. Hold your pop shares, man. Hold your pop shares, man. He trying to let you retire. Hold your pop shares until you ready to retire, bro. He ain't give you all them shares so you could sell them. Oh my gosh. This looks amazing. Ah, shoot. We just found a banger. We just found a banger. Love it right here, man. Nobody said this one, but I just randomly ran into it and it looks amazing. Shake Shack. Yeah. What's up with IWM to 210? Yeah. Like I said, I personally think the market is having some sort of bottoming, and the beauty about what IWM is doing right now is that it's back at that August level. Like, it's giving you an amazing entry. It's giving you amazing entry on a lot of smaller cap stocks. And to be honest, it's giving you amazing entry on a lot of smaller cap stocks. Okay, I really like IWM right here. Now, did this do what I think it did? Almost. Like, it's in the buying area. I like it. I like it. There's just not, the thing with a lot of this stuff right now is that there's not enough data. Like, we need a couple more days to form. We need a couple, you know, we need a couple more days to form. But I'm telling you right now, this, to me, I don't think this is gonna double top at all-time highs inside of a bull market. What's gonna happen with small caps, in my opinion, is that we're gonna get a euphoric type stage, and that's gonna transpire with the IWM and small caps. And we actually had a measured move on this. We had a price target on this to upwards of, you know, 280. 280. I think this could get to 280. I mean, and this is about to fall on a nice trend line too. Like, it could get down to 196 and you full port. But yeah, I don't wanna to 210. I mean, to win. Yes, I think this is gonna end up getting to 210. Okay, yes, bro. Yes. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's gonna get to 210. Next month, yeah. PayPal. Stock's gonna crash. Not yet, bro. Not yet. You look at the fear and greed. You look at how many people are in puts right now. No, I don't think this. I don't think stocks are gonna crash. I mean, you literally have this at extreme fear. Why are you completely ignoring IQ, bro? Look, man. I view what I want to view. I view what I want to view. You can't force me to view something. I'm gonna look at it, bro. But you can't force me to look at something, man. PayPal it. Best FA on TikTok. The PayPal is PayPal is perhaps one of the best stocks, one of the best dip buys right now inside of the market, in my opinion. The reason being is because you look at this, and then you come over here and look at what Baba was doing, and not even just that, but you look at what Baba was doing. It was literally in the same sort of thing. You had this retracement all the way down to $80, and then it boosted all the way to 140. But also PayPal is in perhaps the same thing where you have this atom, you have this huge Eve, and then you have this cup that's going to end up forming, and then you're going to have this sending. Okay, so it's sometimes it's that simple. And to be honest, this is an amazing dip to even get in on. I mean, the risk to reward on it is incredible. It's sitting like, come on, there's from the swing low to the swing high. Like if you missed this entry in October 2023, you're now getting, and you missed this entire leg, you're now getting the second best entry, the second best bottom, in my opinion, with an amazing stop out. Like even if you're wrong on something like PayPal, you could just get out once you have a weekly close below $66, which is $2 away. Somebody said Baba is a different animal. PayPal is not. Nah, PayPal is definitely moves when it's time to move. This is a $300 stock back in 2021. Now, can it get back up there? I don't know. Possibly, but PayPal is definitely a big mover. Like do not get it confused. And PayPal is still a good company overall. Like this isn't a trash company. This could get back to $210. Okay? Let's get back to $210. Don't sleep on PayPal. Now, of course, is Baba more bullish right now because China is having an incredible bull market, and is Baba going to continue, and is Baba going to end up getting to I think we had it at 220. Absolutely, but PayPal definitely moves just as good. These both came out around 2014, 2015. And both reached peaks of like $300. All right, PayPal is very good, bro. I like it. This is probably one of my best ones. Like I think if you get some July calls, some July $80 calls, you're more likely than not gonna end up making some money. When is earnings on it? April 30th. Earnings is even far away. When the market is bullish, this is bullish. This actually was bottoming out before the market even bottomed out. Like this is showing strength even before the market bottomed out. So I actually really like it. I really like it. Had a surprise revenue beat of 8 billion. This is only sitting at like an 8x in terms of revenue. A lot of these other stocks sitting at like a 90x. I think PLTR is sitting at like a 90x. Like this literally has 827 million in revenue, and the market cap is 200 billion. That's crazy. Like when you really think about it, that's actually insane. Now, of course, stocks are, they're predicting what it's gonna do, later. Maybe PLTR fixes its revenue. Maybe they get some more stuff. But PayPal is a great company, and not only that, it's a great chart right here. That's potentially bottoming out. So, you gotta like it, bro. You gotta like it. Can you do Disney? Snow? Let's look at Snow. Bro, if this is a garbage chart, bro, I'm banning you. I'm banning you, bro. What is this, bro? Computer I'm assuming this is a semiconductor type stock. That's what it looks like. Like this is semi. I'm assuming this is a semiconductor, bro. And it obviously moves well. It obviously had a great day. And to be honest, this is an unpopular opinion. Not many people think this. Okay, now people think chips are done. Quantum computing, SMCI, you know, Nvidia, you know, the next tech future type stuff, I actually think is gonna end up having a big bull run coming up very soon. I think that's what's gonna lead us in the next run, like it's been doing right now. Okay, Nvidia is very very bullish. We have a price target on it to $165. So if we just look at IONQ, I bet you it was topping out when Nvidia was topping out. Anyway, I think the quantum computing and chips are gonna end up being very bullish into the market peak and into the market top. This is at $54 back in January. I like it, bro. Now there's not much TA to even, you know, this. Yeah, like this was topping out when Nvidia was topping out. Right here, you have the same peak, Like Nvidia has a good day, IONQ is gonna end up having a good day, and I think Nvidia is gonna end up pushing up here very soon. I think a lot of people are short Nvidia, and a lot of people think Nvidia is done. Kind of like what you saw. A lot of you guys remember back when Nvidia was making its huge move to the upside, like back like 2023, 2024. A lot of people thought the stock shouldn't be as high as it was, and you know it just kept going up and up and up and up and up, and a lot of people thought it was a short. I think you kind of, in a lesser sense, you have the same thing happening right now. I know they're not chips; it's quantum computing, but they move together. Okay, they move together. If Nvidia has a bad day, I guarantee you IONQ is having a worse day. They move similar. But yeah, Nvidia double bottom, it could push. Yeah, I like Nvidia. I like chips. I like chips overall. This isn't a bearish. This isn't even a bearish type of, until it starts making, you know. Now it is doing like the tops right here, but I think those are gonna get ate up. I think we do make new highs until it starts making lower lows. Like this starts pushing up and then comes back down. I think the next one will tell you more than anything. Okay, but I think we have at least a push to 130 plus on Nvidia. AMD looks massively incredible. AMD looks really good. AMD is probably one of my favorite right now. I think AMD could get a squeeze. I'm talking about a squeeze. Snow right here looks absolutely amazing. Anytime you have this, anytime you don't have a double bottom, but it does something like this. Now I don't know what it's called. Somebody in here probably knows what it's called. I have no idea what it's called. But when you get stuff like this happening, that's usually what I see happen to stocks that have this, that don't double bottom right here, but they go a bit lower. They sweep that low. They usually come back up and go crazy. So, and Snow had an amazing earnings. Like the earnings was good. It just caught the earnings at a bad moment because you know the market started heading down. So yeah, you know it had a good earnings and it was set to go crazy, and then the market reversed. You know the market was reversed and it couldn't do nothing about that. And also, the same thing that could be said about PLTR. Look, man, I still think there's a euphoric run coming up. I don't think the market's topped out. I think the market still has more participants to get in. I think the market still has more people to trick out, and you know, I think the market still has higher upside. And my Bitcoin price targets haven't hit. You know, I'm a price target guy. I think my price targets have been hitting since 2022. I've been telling you all along. You know, back in 2022, December 2023, I was like, yeah, SPY's getting to 500. It got to 600. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, but for Snow, it's absolutely amazing because not only is this an amazing entry for Snow, like this is, let me see something else real quick. This is a good entry for Snow because it has this massive accumulation, massive consolidation. It IPO'd in 2021, had that drawdown, accumulation right here, And what usually happens, you get a nice run back to all time highs. Like we've seen this same setup happen so many times. And Snow is not a bad company. 50 billion market cap. So this is what I anticipate to happen with Snow. You got the accumulation, then you had that massive run. I think that's what's going to happen with Snow. I think it's been delayed because of the bearishness that you've been having. But if you know Snow at all, you know this was an insane mover back in 2021 and 2020. Okay, this thing moved, and it still moves. And I think it's going to get its legs back under it, especially once it starts breaking out. And you hold on, when you start seeing like not like this where it comes up and it rejects, comes up, rejects. You're getting it coming up, rejecting a little bit, trying again, rejecting a little bit. I expect the third time to blast you out of there. It does need above 195 and some holes above 195, but I think it's going to end up doing that and going crazy. And we're going to come back. We're going to come back. We're going to look at it. Is ARM reversing? Yes. No, to be honest, Snow IPO'd way too high. First of all, usually IPOs come out way too high. Like that's usually what happens. I mean, we can look at Reddit. What is Reddit doing? We can look at Coinbase. Usually IPOs come out way too high. I mean, first of all, Reddit's going to be an amazing short. Like this is, come on, man. Come on, man. This is what, but the thing was, if you remember in 2024, or not 2024, 2020, 2021, when a stock IPO'd, it went crazy. Like Unity, like stocks were IPOing. Like this IPO'd at $75 and went all the way to $200. So when you're getting these IPOs, they usually are overvalued on the IPO. Now some of them fall, some of them don't. And it also depends on when it IPOs, because the market is going to correct anyways at that time. But I mean, Coinbase IPO'd at $380, went all the way down to 53. So it kind of all depends. Nikola IPO'd and went absolutely crazy to $93, a fake company. So it depends on inside where you are in a bull run, where you are in a bull market. That's why companies often IPO, when it's the most bullish, because you're going to end up getting the highest IPO price anyways, because people are in euphoria. And I think Snow is going to get a euphoric type push. All right, just because it's lasted so long, just because it's at 50 billion, just because it's been consolidating at 50 billion. People are going to get bored. Nvidia lost $100 billion in one, like it puts on $100 billion in per day. $100 billion today, $200 billion in one day. That money's going to end up flowing elsewhere. And something like Snow, all it needs is 25 billion, and this pushes to 250 plus. Okay? Yeah. I don't think we've seen that type of run yet. Okay? And I think that because Nvidia, stocks like Nvidia, they're putting on hundreds of billions of dollars per day. That money's gonna end up rotating somewhere else where bigger money, like I'm talking about whales, can get a 2x in 2 weeks. Like Nvidia, you got to push this stock $4 trillion to get another 2x, versus how it was 2 years ago. You could have, you were getting, this is a $11-12 stock, and you pushed it all the way to 150. So that's a 10x. But the money's gonna rotate elsewhere. People made their money here. People made their money in a lot of big caps. Can a little goldfish get a 2x? Absolutely. Absolutely. Tesla to 20. Damn, we got an extreme bear in here. Tesla to 280, then 102. I think Tesla does. I don't know if it's gonna get to $24. $24 would be crazy. But I do think Tesla, if they don't start putting out the robots, if they don't start doing something more innovative, and and it's just a car, motor company, I don't think this is worth trillions of dollars. That's for sure. I think this does come down to 100 when the recession hits. When a recession hits, like, come on now, a lot of stocks are gonna come down. So you're gonna get a lot of discounts regardless. But yeah, in a recession, this is. I mean, you saw it. You saw it in a semi-recession. Like the 2020 recession wasn't even that. That was nothing compared to what I think we're gonna get. Like 2022 is just a corrective. Like you look at. I'm gonna say this last point, but you look at something like the Qs. You look at something like the Qs. The Qs was correcting. This wasn't a full blown recession. Like this was correcting. Okay, correcting. This wasn't a recession. This wasn't a depression. This wasn't really anything. And you look at what Tesla was doing. Man, Tesla was at 400. It came all the way down to 103 in a corrective pattern. Like this was, you know. So yeah, I think this can trade at maybe 50. You trading options. Yeah, it's not just a car company. Yeah, it's not just a car company. They're putting out robots and they say they're doing a lot of stuff, but you know, what's gonna be the changing factor is, can we see it? Like, is it something that is actually happening, or is it just like an idea? Because right now I don't see any practical uses of what they say they're doing. Robo taxis is the thing though. That could possibly go crazy. And they do have a lot of self-driving technology that other companies don't have, and charging stations, etc. But what happens when these companies fully Tesla just got a head start, but what happens when these companies fully integrate into that? Like what happens when you get Honda and Toyota and Cadillac? What happens when those companies, Volkswagen, what happens when those companies start doing it as well? Go on a full scale, like but Tesla does have a head start. They have a 3-1 lead. Will they blow it? Who knows? We'll have to see. But in a recession, this thing usually drops anyway. What do you mean it has been running I'm talking about you hopping in a robo taxi. You hopping in a robo taxi, okay? Not you heard about someone doing it, or you saw it on a commercial. I'm talking about full scale. Like Tesla vehicles are full scale. Like you can go out. You go outside and see 50 Teslas. But our robo taxi is full scale. Okay, Tesla is not part of. Come on, man. Tesla is not Neuralink, Space, or Starlink. Those are private owned. Those are private companies. I think Starlink is like valued at 150 billion or something like that right now, but it's private, and that's not Tesla. And there's a reason why he's building Starlink. There's a reason. Amazon's bullish. Musk ain't been to work since January 20th. Nah, for real. Like, he's a politician. I love Elon though. How can you not like somebody that's putting out products for the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like people and they don't do any. I like people and they don't do anything. Like, they don't help nobody, and I like people. So of course I'm gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Why wouldn't I like Elon if he actually is helping people? Somebody said he's a POS. Why? He don't have the word. The way you pronounce it, it is Tesla. Bro. Who do we have in here, man? You gotta be. It's not Tesla. You're trolling, bro. You're trolling. It's definitely not Tesla. Why is he a POS though? I'm actually. How has Elon helped anyone? Come on, bro. Are you serious? Come on, bro. You're not serious. Tesla. That's how Trump said it. Tesla. Man, Trump's getting old, bro. You gotta give him some grace. He's getting old, man. Crowd looks absolutely amazing. Like I just said, when you look at stocks that we look at stocks that are, doing this, you usually get some sort of new high. So I like it. Now, of course, this just had a 5% day, so should you wait for a retest and, for it to come down even further? Yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I didn't plan on being live for this long, but it was kind of funny, so I stayed. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I hope you guys are inside the Discord. Man, follow the Twitter, man. Follow the Twitter. I need to put the Twitter with the link in the bio, man. But follow the Twitter. It is Wealth on Mars. Target on crowd. Chinese Tesla Neo. If you want me to look at more stocks, you gotta go to the Discord. Link is in the bio. Tesla gets 10K credit from taxpayers, except for selling price cars. Tesla's like, you get a nice Tesla for like 25K, 24K. All right, this dude Max Bear, QQQ crashed it. Is this JPP? He's saying QQQ to 200. Eventually, maybe, you know, in a Great Depression, you know. I've never heard anyone say GoDaddy stock. Bro, I've never heard anyone say look at GoDaddy stock. Look at GoDaddy. I didn't even know it had a stock. That's a boomer stock. GoDaddy. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out. Peace.